I've seen so much negative coverage on the One Big Beautiful Bill over the weekend, and it's frustrating because I didn't see a lot of coverage in the opposite direction. So let's talk about who the biggest beneficiaries are out of the bill.
Right. So I think the biggest beneficiaries are actually small businesses that can benefit from the restoration of immediate depreciation of capital expenditures. This was something that was in the original tax cut, but it was phased. So they put it in the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act in Trump's first term. But for, kind of budget shenanigans reasons, they phased it out. Because if you phase out a tax cut, then when you do the 10-year projection, it doesn't look as big. So what they did this time is they came back and they said, this was actually really good. It was encouraging investment. Instead of having to wait the life of a machine, 7 years, and depreciate it a little over time, when you're actually spending the money up front, you actually get to take that tax deduction right up front. That is a very big deal. A friend of mine who owns a pizza store nearby me actually said like he's psyched because he's going to invest in a new pizza oven. That is the sort of that he really felt like he might not be able to do if he had to stretch that out over the life of the pizza oven. So this encourages investment now, which actually then gives a boost to the economy because obviously these, when you're buying machinery, doing capital investments, there's somebody who's making those things, right? And so it feeds through the economy. It has a multiplier effect that is very good for the economy. I also think just avoiding the massive tax or just even avoiding the danger of the massive tax increase that was going to come from the expiration of the individual tax cuts. That was a big problem. If that happened, I think the economy actually would have gone off the rails. We would have had almost like an instantaneous recession because there would have been an enormous tax hike. Avoiding that is, again, really good for individuals. It's good for businesses. And I think those are probably the two most powerful things in this bill. They also expanded the depreciation to include not just capital expenditures on machinery and equipment, but facilities. So if you build a factory in the US, you then get to do the depreciation on that as well. That's really important too, because we're trying to get big businesses to invest in US manufacturing again.